And now, Brandon Thiccc Boy Schaub.
Heyo, it is Monday, July 14th. Man, July is just flying by, am I right?
Yeah.
Chin answered, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. What's going on, fam? It is a glorious summer day here in Austin. Still waiting for this insane heat. Still waiting. I think I figured out why before I moved to Texas. So when you talk to Texans, everyone goes, just wait for that heat, man. Just wait. Because it's the only thing to complain about. It's don't get me wrong, it's hot. It's hot. No doubt it's hot. But it's not, I'll have some neighbors like, July, August, I get out of town. I'm like, geez, can't be in my foxhole. You're going to leave? Because it gets toasty, Mm-hmm. We haven't seen it yet. They're like, just wait. Even Jamie, Rogan's guy, was like, when you coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm moving there, early June. He's like, man, good thing you're not moving July, man. Just wait. So maybe it's just a rare summer here in Austin, but I'm waiting for this extreme heat everybody keeps talking about. It ain't shit so far. It's Jumanji out here. If you want to lead with anything, don't lead with the heat, Texans. If you want to lead with anything, nobody told me it's Jumanji out here. I've had tarantula hawks. I've had snakes. I have vultures every day, like Jurassic Park vultures flying around my house. They live around the crib. They're insane. They could steal one of my kids, no doubt. Not Tiger, he's too thick. But Bosty, see ya. Billy, see ya. My wife, maybe, could lift their big ass up. And then this morning in the garage was El Tarantula. He's cute, though.
I was going to say that, of all things.
He's cool.
It actually looks cute.
I don't mind the tarantula. Joanna was freaking out. She came because I was getting ready to go to my workout. So I was like making my pre-workout mix. She comes in, she's like shaking. She's like, oh my God, come to the garage. I'm like, oh shit, what is it? She's like, wait till you see this thing. And then he was right by my Hummer. I'm like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah.
He's cute.
Furry.
Furry, just like, and they're not that aggressive. They're not going to like jump out at you. He's kind of playing possum. He's just like froze. And so I didn't move, and I just see his little leg kind of come up. I'm like, all right, he's still alive, still kicking. I just got a broom handle and just kind of put him on that and then walked him over to the yard next to us.
Oh, nice.
There. John's like, kill him. I'm like, no, you don't want to kill that thing. He's cool, man. Yeah. He's not doing nothing.
That's like the cutest tarantula I've ever seen.
Yeah, like cute as shit. Furry little dude, big butt.
Snuggled up.
Got that big butt. Yeah, he's like, please don't hurt me. I told you, I'm like, we're going to step on him. Think of the mess.
Oh my God.
Think of the mess of and also he'd be like, oh, not today, So yeah, long story short, everyone keeps telling me about this heat. It ain't shit so far. It's toasty, but it's not like ridiculous. Nobody told me about the Jumanji animals though. They should led with that. But even that's not good. I like that shit. The only thing with my kiddos is they'll get lazy. They ride their bikes around the neighborhood and then they'll rush in and take their shoes off. You just got to worry about the old Scorpio in the shoes.
Yeah, dude.
That's the only. I'm fine. If my dumbass, gets stung by a scorpion, I mean, I'm in my 40s, dude. You deserve it. But kids, they don't know. That's the only thing I worry about is scorpions. Speaking of scorpions, let's talk about the. Doesn't make sense, but let's talk about the fisticuffs, the fight. That's why you guys are here. Let's talk about some fighting. You had a fight night in Nashville, Tennessee. I assume Theo was on the road. Otherwise, he's been front row. The Bustin' with the Boys was there. I saw Will Compton there, cage side. You had Luke Bryant there.
Oh, shit.
He didn't get as much as a pop as you'd think. Luke Bryant? He's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Luke Combs.
Oh, Luke
Even
Combs.
bigger. Luke Combs is massive, dude. Yeah, didn't get that big of a pop. Didn't get that big of a pop. But Nashville's a good card. These fight nights are good cards, man. I'm telling you, if you guys are sleeping on them, they've been some of the best ones we've had this year. We'll get to UFC 318. In hindsight, that should probably be a fight night. You have a good main event. The rest of the card, if you're hardcore, you know some of the guys. Even if you're not, if you're kind of casual, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you tune into the fun cards. You know some of the guys, Paulo Costa, Kevin Holland, D-Rod, Dan Ige. You're probably not too familiar with Patricio Pitbull. Michael Johnson's been around forever. This is like his 50th fight. You got Vettori, Brendan Allen, Ryan Spann, Jimmy Crute. But overall, if this is 10 years ago, this is a fight night with a great main event. This is a fight night where like, holy shit. This is a fight night Rogan and me and the boys would do a fight companion for because he's not working it. It's one of those fight nights. You know, it's tough as a pay-per-view. We'll get to 318. Let's jump into let's cover the fight night in Nashville. Great card, ton of finishes. The Walker versus Kennedy, the heavyweight fight. So he's Johnny Walker's brother. He's freaking heel hooking everybody and their mother. And he was an underdog in this fight. This was kind of his first step up. And I text Nick during the fights because I know he bets on it. And as Walker's walking out, I go, dude, I love Walker as a dog here. I would take him by submission all day. And then Nick didn't respond. And then right after 54 seconds, he goes, God dang it. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, man. These people who make the odds here and set the lines, they don't really know what they're doing, you know? Walker's a savage, dude. He's a savage, aggressive, man. And especially at heavyweight, where jiu-jitsu is not really their forte. Listen, he's not going to do that to Tom Aspinall. But outside that, you're not going to do that to John Jones. But outside those two top dogs, and obviously Almeida, but outside like those top echelon guys, the rest of the division, they're not exactly well diverse when it comes to leg locks, especially at that level. So he's going to go pretty far. I'm a big fan of his. And then the main card kicked off with a bunch of finishes. And even the few decisions weren't terrible as far as entertainment-wise. Brian Callen definitely didn't watch this card, but I pretend he did when we talked about him fighting the kid. But if he watched it, Brian would be rock hard for Vitor Petrino.
Oh, that dude, yeah.
Ooh, that boy, first team all body, was at light heavyweight, comes up his first fight at heavyweight, good first fight against Austin Lane, former NFL guy, right? Has a beak on him. Boy, he has a bigger nose than me. Tough as hell, super athlete. This Vitor, oh my Lord, dude, that boy is bodied up. Wait till Brian sees him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to introduce Brian to this guy. It's literally, in my head, I'm like, wait till Brian gets a hold of this body. He's going to be rock hard, dude. Rock hard.
Yeah,
he's going to be a problem. Yeah, he's going to be a problem. And the heavyweight division needs kind of a, you need that dark horse. I can't believe he made 205. Good Lord. He was drained. So see what he does, I'm not ready to rank him in the top 15 yet over a win of Austin Lane, but at least it's something. The heavyweight needs something. Heavyweight division needs some contenders. It's not that deep, so this guy's like 2 wins away from cracking the top 15, Our poor dude Nate Landwehr.
Oh, yeah, he got
I know, Tennessee local.
destroyed.
He was doing well. The first round, he probably lost. Second round, he won. And then that third round, this Morgan Chaudhry finally got his shit together and just said, you know what, I'm just going to street fight him and just mollywopped him. That was tough to see. Calvin Kadar, oof, that was a tough one. Yeah, he just never, since, he's had some losses, he's just not the same guy. There seems to be a mental block. He went to Faraz up at TriStar, obviously to help him with that. He's just not putting any output. And this Steve Garcia, he's not going to win any bodybuilding awards, but, Greg Jackson train, he's a problem, dude. He's damn good. Calvin Kattar just outworked for 3 rounds, just got outworked. It's tough to see. I mean, it happens to everybody. It just sucks. Calvin Kattar, there's some rounds he had like 6 punches. You're like, dude, come on, dude, let's get going. And Steve Garcia's a pressure fighter, great with the jab. His jab absolutely destroyed and set everything up. And then obviously I'm biased, but Wonderboy Thompson, I thought won that fight. As far as straight damage goes, Significant moments in the fight, I give to Wonder Boy. A little biased, love Wonder Boy, former training partner, absolutely adore Wonder Boy. I thought he won the fight. His shin looked pretty gnarly, but as far as the closest to finishing the fight, not even close, Wonder Boy. The only time he got knocked down, it was a slip, off the leg kick. So I thought Wonder Boy won that fight, man. I really did. Have you seen, I wonder if we can play it here. I can send it to you. My boy Ryan Hoon's True Classic, and we'll talk about him Fighting the Kid, I'm sure, because Brian was the mastermind behind the commercial. Brian wrote this commercial. Have you seen the True Classic commercial?
I did. It was good.
Give it up to our boy Brian. That's Callan.
Callan's very talented, man. We all know
Super
this.
talented.
Yeah.
But when dude, this commercial, I'm sure we can play it. Dude, it's so good. Best of luck. And I knew this was Brian's influence. When Bisping goes, you got to risk it. And they go, dude, you have one eye and a messed up neck. He goes, no doubt, it's all depressing. That's Callan. Yeah. Oh, when I saw him like that, Brian for sure wrote that line. Bisping stole the show.
He's great. I mean, he's an actual actor.
He's a legit actor, but he's great in this.
Yeah. Just play it and see if
play
Casey
it.
puts it in.
I bet we're good.
All right.
I'll tell Ryan too.
Let me refresh.
Now,
Cejudo's great.
would like to share first?
Sometimes when I see pictures of Anderson Silva, it makes me sad.
That's so brave.
There was this one time I won the belt, but I didn't actually win the belt.
That's okay.
I feel the reason why I've been wrestling for so long is because I've just been looking for a hug.
Yes.
I've been called Wonder Boy my entire life. Can I be honest with you guys? I'm in my 40s and I just want to be called Wonder Man. Or even just Steven.
Thank you so much for sharing, Wonder Man.
What the guys?
Michael,
Bisping's great,
you're
yeah.
late for our share circle.
What are you doing?
We were just feeling our feelings.
We have a gong guy.
Guys,
This is a waste of time.
you don't need inner peace when you have outer perfection.
Outer perfection. You have a broken neck and a glass eye.
Two depressing facts. Absolutely true. However,
Two depressing
look how
facts.
soft this
Absolutely
shirt
true.
is. This is a true classic Pima cotton shirt. It's like if a cloud had abs.
Mr. Bisping, can we all wear true classic?
Why, yes, Steve. You can.
I'm feeling
So breathing. Like silk. Wonderful.
true classic. Look good.
Yeah, Leota's great in that too. It's
They all,
good, right?
they all did a really good job.
Yeah, shout out to Callan, baby.
Yep.
True Class is the best. Best
And
teams
Ryan's
ever.
freaking awesome too.
Ryan's great.
Yep.
Involved with the UFC. I love it. I love it. Where was I going with that? Oh, go back to the fight night.
Yeah.
Commercial's so good. Bisping stole the show. Oh, because I was talking about Wonder Boy Thompson. And it doesn't sound like it was his last one either. He was like, shout out to the UFC medical staff for sewing up my leg. I don't think he said I'll be back, but appreciate all the help. But it was a retirement fight. And then let's get to the heavyweight fight. You got Derrick Lewis versus Texeira.
Tallison Teixeira.
Teixeira. Did you see it, Chin?
Of course.
Early stoppage?
100%.
No doubt, right? No doubt.
100%.
Now, I'm not mad at it because I love Derrick Lewis and I want him to win anyways. And I didn't think this would go past the first round. But, and I think because Derrick Lewis is so beloved, I don't know what the online reaction was like, but none of the broadcasts, no one really addressed it at all. That was a bad stoppage.
Yeah.
Especially when he never really went limp. There was a bunch of unanswered shots, but he got up, defend himself, and clearly conscious. It's just, that was such a bad stop.
And we lost out as fans. Like, we want to see like an actual finish.
Yeah, I think Derrick would have still got the finish.
100 yeah,
hopefully.
I totally
but
believe
it's
that too.
heavyweight. It's heavyweight. And, Derrick got clipped in the eye early on. There's just not a big enough uproar, really. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if online's pissed about it. People love Derrick so much, which we all do. But I was just like, man, that was That sucked.
People are upset about
Are
it.
they?
Yep.
Yeah. What's right is right. I was just like, oh, that's even though I want Derrick to win, I'm like, you don't want to win like that.
Yeah.
His after the win antics was hilarious. Pissing
He
on
did
his
so many
corner.
different things. Yeah.
So many things. He literally mooned the crowd.
Yep.
He's so
We
funny.
have that too. We'll show
Told
you
his
that.
wife. They're like,
Yeah.
what's next? He's like, my wife. Dude, and maybe Guru posted this thing where it's basically how Derrick Lewis is like, my wife's next, and it shows John Jones like mine too. It's like,
Oh my
same.
God.
Yeah, dude.
That is pretty
So
freaking funny though.
Yeah, Derrick Lewis looked great, man. He looked good. He was like, I knew it was going to be one of these fights. You know, Texeira hasn't fought anybody. He's been fighting cans. And they're like, why'd you go so hard on, after the win celebrations? He was like, because I don't know what they're saying Portuguese, but I bet they were talking shit. I was like, all right, man. He was great.
Yeah.
He was on the cell phone the whole time while they're announcing his win with Trump.
With Trump, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Dude, so many things happen with him.
Yeah, Derrick Lewis is awesome. And here's the thing. I'm not mad just to build the Tom Aspinall kind of mythical champion figure is I'm more excited about Derrick Lewis than I am a Cyril Gane fight.
Yeah.
Now, according to Tom Aspinall, he has a fight lined up and a date. But I wouldn't mind Derrick Lewis jumping the queue. You know, they've done it before. It'd be a huge feather in Tom Aspinall's cap. It's a new opponent, fun opponent. Fans love him. If Tom Aspinall can beat him, it's a good feather in the cap. And then more people get familiar with Tom Aspinall. I think it's a way smart move than Cyril Gane. More dangerous, too.
Yeah. But can he actually, you think they would actually let him jump the line?
Yeah, I do. They need some sort of life in that division. And Derrick Lewis is a big name. You know, was this his second knockout in a row? You know?
He has the most knockouts, right, in history.
Yeah. So let's say Tom knocks him out or Tom submits him. Like, that's a good feather in your cap. You beat the guy who has the most finishes in the heavyweight division. It's a good starting point, especially to get American fans on board with Tom.
And as fans, just like you said, we would prefer
Love it.
Derrick over Cyril.
Yeah, Derrick
I don't know
Lewis
what
is
is up about Cyril.
Derrick Lewis is tougher to take down than Cyril Gane. He has good hips, man. He's big. Strong, shorter base than Cyril Gane. I'd much prefer that. Much prefer it. But we'll see what they do. All right, kids, let's take a little break because this weekend something special is about to happen in the Big Easy. That's New Orleans, fam. UFC 318 is coming to New Orleans, and it is a fun one. The BMF title is on the line, and the hometown boy, Dustin Poirier, it's the last dance. That's right. The king of the lightweight division is going out on a fun note against Max Holloway. It's the trilogy fight, man. And DraftKings Sportsbook has the official sportsbook partner of the UFC, has all the action you need. Holloway Poirier 3 headlines. It's the last time Poirier is stepping in the octagon. And if you're new to DraftKings, check this out. New customers who bet 5 will get 150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the code SCHAUBSHOW. That's code SCHAUBSHOW for new customers to get 150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 buckaroos. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, let's get into UFC 318, big dog. Yep. I guess this is a pay-per-view. I'm not gonna hate it. It's a good card, and it's gonna deliver. This is one of those cards that's gonna deliver. Obviously, when you have a BMF title on the line, you can't book the rest of the card with just normal fighters. So all these fighters could eventually, if they haven't yet, compete for a BMF title. So BMF, right bad motherfucker. For those of you who don't know, the BMF title was created by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So, and now the UFC was like, yeah, this is great. We're just going to roll with it. I think it's supposed to be a one-off, and they're like, no, we'll just roll with it because the casuals, as long as there's a belt on the line, we could call it the biggest pussy in the world. As long as there's a belt on the line, people assume it's a world championship fight, and we can have them headline pay-per-views. Here's my question. Maybe you can look this up, Chin. So because technically Topuria has the BMF title, right? When you have the BMF title, or since Max Holloway's fighting for the BMF title and Dustin Poirier's fighting for a BMF title, do they get paid like it's an actual title, or is this all smoke and mirrors? It's just the way the UFC is pulling one over on the fan base. Whether UFC who compete in the BMF title
Can be a bit nuanced.
The BMF title isn't a traditional divisional title, but is presented as a special championship award to the baddest MFer in the UFC. Yep. While not lineal, fighting for a BMF title, like an interim title, can confer champion status in the eyes of UFC, which can affect fighter pay, including potential unlocking pay-per-view points.
So it's not like confirmed.
We don't know. In essence, while the BMF title doesn't carry the exact same weight as the lineal championship in terms of divisional rankings and title shots, significant drawing eyeballs to event, of course. Position to secure lucrative pay-per-view points. Essentially put them on par with those fighting for additional belt in some aspects of compensation. So I assume they get a little bump, but I doubt it's the same as the actual world championship. Kamaru Usman says, made up BMF belt, not a real UFC title. He'd be correct. Usman said the BMF championship pound for pound podcast, this was a hypothetical that was made up because of me. Let's not forget that myself and Covington were supposed to fight in Madison Square Garden, New York. Okay. Does the UFC BMF title holder receive points?
So it's not clear.
Gaethje's fight against Poirier reportedly earned him a whopping $700,000, which included a $100,000 win bonus along with his share of pay-per-view sales.
So for some people, I don't know.
Sounds like it's a kind of a bump, but not the same as being a straight champion.
Yeah,
It's better than nothing.
of course.
Better than nothing. It's better than nothing. I don't mind the BMF stuff. You know, it's fun. And if you look at the history of BMF, there hasn't been a bad fight. It always delivers. So I don't mind that aspect. I don't mind that aspect. Again, I'm just old school. I come from the old days. So this is more of a fight night. I'll pay. Don't get it twisted. Your boy's paying for it all day. And as far as, you know, even Dana tweeted out, like, look at this badass card. It is a badass card. It is. Stylistically, this delivers on every aspect except for name power, which, you know, you don't have to have. But as far as it being a big pay-per-view needle mover, it's not that, you know. But all the fights on there are fantastic. Fantastic. Michael Johnson, it literally, was this, how many fights is this for him?
You can take a look right now.
He's been fighting for a hot second. Has to be close to 50. So he was when he got to the UFC, he was 8-5. Go all the way up now. Now he's 23-19. It's 15, 11. I mean, he has a total of 42 matches. So take away 13, it's like 30th something. You know? He has a lot of losses. But again, he's fun.
Yeah, around 30.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun. He's been fighting for fucking ever, dude.
Yeah.
15
And
years.
sometimes I thought he completely lost it, but then he comes back.
I know. He's 39. Go back to the rest. Yeah, it's a fun fight. Dan Ige, Patricio Pitbull. Listen, man. With Patricio Pitbull, when he fought Yair Rodriguez, he did not look world class. He had no business being in there. Again, you're going to hear a lot of other people who do what I do keep telling you that these other leagues are just as good. These guys can compete, and it's not the truth. It's not. It's fun to hate on the UFC because, they're the big show in town, and, it's fun to cheer for these other leagues. I get all that. I'm with you. And are there some talented dudes who can compete? Yes. Will they be world champion in the UFC? No. I want you just to look at strength of schedule of Patricio Pitbull before you get to the UFC, compared with a guy named Dustin Poirier. This is the difference. Strength of schedule is everything. Who are you fighting? Yeah, you're champion over here, but who are you fighting? Night in, night out. Mm-hmm. And if we go through some of these names he's also lost 3 of his last 4. But if we go through some of these names, you tell me if these guys would be dominant in the UFC. AJ McKee, maybe. He's one, I'll give you that. He lost to him, and they beat him in decision. Adam Borix, And then also, as I name some of these guys, I want you to tell me if you've ever heard of them. Juan Archuleta's damn tough. He's tough. Pedro Calvo, Emmanuel Sanchez, AJ McKee, Adam Borix,
Kleber.
Yep. Sergio Pettis, he fought in the UFC. Mm-hmm. Was not a world beater. Now, when he left the UFC, he got better. He was young, too. Suzuki, he lost that one. Jeremy Kennedy. Go down for me. Mm-hmm. He beat Michael Chandler. You guys might say, look, he beat Michael Chandler. How's Michael Chandler done in the UFC? He's a winning record. Fun fighter, one of my favorites. Fun fighter. He lost to Ben Henderson, an older Ben Henderson. Ben Henderson was very dominant in the UFC, and he lost to him quite some time ago. Henry Corrales, Daniel Strauss. He's fought good guys, tough guys. But again, my whole point of all this is strength of schedule. Go to, and a lot of these names I was giving you is from 2014, 15, 16 for Homeboy. Go to Dustin Poirier's last 15 fights. Just his last 15. This is what I'm talking about, strength of schedule. Now go ahead and scroll up for me.
Hold on a sec.
This is Dustin Poirier's last few fights. Now you tell me if you recognize any of the names and strength of schedule. This is why the UFC is the top dog. This is why, unless you're fighting the UFC, it really doesn't matter. And I know this is tough for a lot of people out there, especially the people that keep championing these other leagues. It's just not the fucking same, dude. It's like saying a Division II football player, dude, he could play at Alabama. He'd tear it up. Really? Let's see it. Why is the SEC so good? Why is SEC considered the best? Because they're facing the toughest competition weekend after weekend after weekend. They don't have just one tough guy, one tough team that comes along, and they have 2 cans, and then they have a tough team, and then 2 cans. No, weekend after weekend, it's murderer's row. And that's what the best of the best do. The UFC has that roster provide that. Nobody else does. Especially now. It's a shit show out there for these other organizations. But let me just cover, and remember, Dustin Poirier was not even a world champion. He's an interim champ. He's fighting for the BMF title, but he's never an actual world champion. But this is his strength of schedule. This is his last 15. Again, you tell me if you know some of these guys. Islam Makhachev, number 2 pound for pound, was number 1 for a long time. BSD, Benoit Saint Denis. At the time, he was fucking tough. Remember? Everyone was scared of him, thought it was a terrible matchup for him. Yeah, he knocked him out. Justin Gaethje. Never heard of him? Michael Chandler. He also beat him. Charles Oliveira. Conor McGregor twice. Dan Hooker. Pretty fucking good. Khabib. Regarded as top 3 of all time. Max Holloway. Real quick, these are all in a row. Eddie Alvarez. Justin Gaethje, Anthony Pettis, Eddie Alvarez, Jim Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are his last 15 fights. More than that, 17 fights. Fight after fight, tip of the spear, doesn't get easy. Monsters, 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 monsters. Yeah, but you never became champion. Yeah, because it's fucking damn near impossible. Because you're fighting the most elite guys in the world. Not like these other leagues. Not like these other leagues where you might get a one tough fight every 5. I'm talking night after fucking night. You're fighting the very best in the world. Oh, and when you kind of fall off, they give you the next young lion, BSD. And he knocks him out. That's the difference. That's the difference. So back to Patricio, who is fighting against Yair. He didn't even look like he should have been sharing the same cage with him. You know, Dan Igue's no walk in the park either. So we'll find out a lot. We know Dan Igue's game. We know Dan Igue's game, and he's a fun fighter, and he's tough as fucking nails, but he's not a world beater. He loses to the top echelon guys. So if Patricio doesn't beat him, it's over. Especially with his high salary, it's probably over. But stylistically, it's a very tough fight for Patricio. Very tough fight. Patricio's probably going to want to get it down. Dan Igue's hard to get down. And he's no punk on the ground either. He's not Patricio's level, but he's no punk down there. And then Dan Ige with the pressure. So we'll see how Patricio responds to after getting dog walked by Yair. And again, if he beats him, oh, what's up now? I'm with you. Yeah, Dan Ige's tough, but he's not the best we have to offer. We saw how Patricio goes against some of the best the UFC has to offer, and it was a shutout. He got dog walked. So we'll see what happens. And again, I'm not hating on these guys. I'm just saying this narrative of these other leagues are just as good. They're not. They're not. They're just not. The strength of schedule is nowhere near. Nowhere near. You know, I keep telling you guys, like, see, the guy who wins the CFL MVP saying he's the best in the world. Not true in any fucking facet. Those guys can't even make an NFL roster, let alone start for an NFL team. Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. Great fight, depending what Paulo Costa we get. Paulo Costa bursted onto the scene, first team all body, the acai, the juice, the secret juice, all that shit. He was 5-0. We're like, oh my God. And then he loses to Izzy. And he loses to Marvin Vettori. They beat Luke Rockhold in Utah. It was kind of a shit. It was an entertaining fight, but they're both exhausted. And we're like, all right, he's back. And he loses to Robert Whittaker. But he looked good against Robert Whittaker. He actually looked kind of like himself. But this is a fork in the road for him. He's lost 3 out of his last 4. You lose this one, that's 4 out of your last 5. It's going to get dicey. And it's not an easy fight for him at all.
And this is Roman.
Yeah, Roman has some work to do. I would assume Paulo's the favorite in this. Is he?
Let's see.
I can't believe they got Vettori and Brendan Allen on the freaking prelims.
Yeah, his favorite.
Paulo's
what is this, under 2?
No, Paulo's a plus 200, bud.
Yeah, so what is
So
that?
on the left is over 2.5 rounds or under 2.5 rounds. The right is the actual odds. So plus 200 is a plus 200 underdog. That's about right. Dan Ige minus 170. That's right. That's about right. Max Holloway minus 125. Dustin Poirier plus 105. That's right. Michael Johnson, big dog.
Damn, he's plus or minus 125. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that.
Holloway?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Kind of. And it kind of doesn't. You know, there's been trilogies in the UFC before, but like back in the day, Tito, Volkanovski, Max, let me think, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar. You know, guys who are 0-2 have never won the third fight. It's never happened. My only caveat with that is you're talking Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. I'd say Max Holloway's evolved so much since those last 2 fights. Their first fight was 12 years ago. Their second fight was 6 years ago. So remember, Max took on short notice. That was a short notice fight. That was at 45. And then, I'm sorry, he took the second fight on short notice, if you remember that. Wasn't a natural 155er, just kind of didn't cut weight at the time, came in there. There's a huge power difference.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first fight in the trilogy where it's actually fair for both of them. They're both so young, 12 years ago. And then 6 years ago, short notice at 55. Max was in a true 55er. Max, now that he's older, 55 is his division. I think Max would have a much better outcome. I don't know if he beats him. I'm just saying a better outcome if he fought Topuria at 55 than he does at 45. I don't want to see Max at 45 anymore. 55 is where Max should live. I can see how they favorite Max in this fight with his output. What he did at 55 against Justin Gaethje, he looked phenomenal against Gaethje. And a lot of you will watch the Gaethje fight versus Max Holloway and just look at the knockout and be like, dude, that was insane. It is. But if you go back and watch the entirety of the fight, Max Holloway was kind of dog walking him. It was a clinic. That fight wasn't that close. We all remember the knockout. Most people do. But that fight, for the majority of it, was completely controlled by Max Holloway. So I assume the odd makers are going, all right, well, if that same Max at 55 fights Dustin Poirier like that, it's going to be a tough night for Poirier. I can see that. But again, the odds are on Dustin Poirier's side because a guy who's 0-2 has never won the third trilogy fight. It's Dustin Poirier's last fight. They're both so much better since they competed 6 years ago. Way better than they competed 12 years ago. But if you had a chart on who's progressed the most, it'd be Max Holloway, especially at 55, especially now he's older. He's so much better. He's so much better. But history says Dustin Poirier should win this fight. And in his hometown, and you got Lil Wayne walking you out. And I do, a lot of people go, well, if let's say Dustin goes out and starts in 30 seconds, like, oh, does he fight Topuria at 55? I don't think so. I think Dustin's done all he can, never got the title, but had the interim title just as good. Now he has a BMF title, pretty damn good. And you look at his run, he's fought everyone. And at the time, he could have fought for a title to try and win the actual lineal, lightweight title, and he decided to go for the Conor McGregor red panty night. And for his family, probably smart to fight Conor and make all that money. Easier fight too for him, probably smart. When you're looking at your daughter, you're like, God, do I chase this belt, which is gonna be fucking murderer's row, or do I fight Conor McGregor? The last hurrah with Conor and make all the money. That's what you do. It's prize fighting, Dustin Poirier's had a fun first ballot Hall of Famer. And he posted, or maybe his wife posted, his daughter made a piece of art in her, whatever she's in, 3rd, 4th grade. And it says, Daddy, so glad you're done fighting. Aww. I would assume this is his last one. He wants to be a dad, Yeah. Wants to be a dad. Yeah.
That's touching.
I love both these guys. Dude, there's the BMF title on the line, but both of them, and sounds like a Hallmark card, both of them are first team all nice. Like there actually is. The narrative online is going to be, you can't look up to any of the MMA, UFC guys. There's all this darkness, and with the Conor news, and then you got the John Jones stuff. Those guys are outliers. The majority, and there's a lot of analysts out there going to tell you how you don't want to look up to your heroes in the UFC, and that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The bad apples get the headlines. The majority of the UFC are really good dudes that your kids can look up to. They're awesome. Dustin Poirier is an amazing human. Max Holloway is an amazing human. They just are, man. They're just good dudes, but that doesn't get headlines. Marvin Vettori, awesome. Brendan Allen, fucking awesome. Aspinall, awesome. Curtis Blades, awesome. Justin Gaethje, awesome. I can keep all these guys. Volkanovski, Topuria. There's a lot of guys that are actually good human beings and that your kids can look up to. But the narrative online is, UFC is so toxic and all this bullshit. And those bad apples get the headlines. But the majority of them are really good people. And this is Wonderboy Thompson, for God's sakes. But this is the Derrick Lewis. I know he had some shady past back in the day, but he's fine now. He's awesome. And Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier just represent that. So don't let the negative headlines be something that you as a fan focus on and think there's an issue with the UFC. There's going to be some bad apples. You can't control it. It's fucking human cockfighting. There's going to be some wild birds out there. Just like Aaron Hernandez doesn't represent all the NFL. There's actually some awesome human beings in the NFL.
Yeah.
But the bad apples make the news. So you think, oh, they have a problem. No, they don't. It's also cage fighting. You're going to get some guys who are drawn to that. You're going to be some bad dudes. It just is. And so it just so happens some of those bad dudes are very fucking good at fighting. And they don't know when to turn it off. Like John Jones. He's a wild boy. Conor McGregor, wild boy. You know?
Yeah.
But there couldn't be a better representation in the UFC this weekend than Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier.
Hell yeah.
Let's take a little break here, then we'll jump right back in this episode because this episode of the Schaub Show is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game, shifting a little money here, a little money there, hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance and they'll help you find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law, not available in all states.
Do you remember back in the day when Ariel Helwani awarded Stephen Thompson the NMF belt?
Nicest
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so funny to put those words together. Nicest motherfucker.
Makes sense. He would win it. And you could give it to both these guys too.
Yeah.
Ben Askren. Awesome dude.
Man, yeah.
Awesome dude. All right, what else you got, Jen? Oh, I'll be doing a breakdown, what we call it, the War Report with Jesse on Fire for a much more deeper dive on UFC 318. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, that comes out later this week.
Cool. So there was another event this week or this weekend, and it's pretty prominent in the women's boxing era.
It was all female card. I missed it.
Yeah, so Katie Taylor beat Amanda Serrano. This is her third
For
time.
the third time.
Yeah. But one of them was apparently controversial.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah.
And they keep, whatever. And they keep pushing. They keep pushing Amanda Serrano.
Yeah. Well, Jake for sure.
Of course, that's his girl.
Yeah.
But hey, man, it's over. Katie Taylor's beat her 3 times. End of the fucking story. No one's seen it the 4th time. It's over.
Yeah.
What's this?
I thought this was cool. So this is an announcement with
Now, well, this is what I'm curious about. And I don't know if we have these numbers. And again, Netflix bullshit, so we'll never find out. It's similar to the UFC. But remember the second time they fought, it was the co-main event under Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, which is like one of the most watched fucking sport events of all time. And they're like, man, for the Katie Serrano fight, they pulled in whatever it was, 15 million views. It's like, okay, sure. How many of those people actually tuned in for that fight? Do we think all 15 million? Or do we think that was just people getting ready for the main event, which was fucking Mike Tyson, Jake Paul? I don't know.
I think you have an
we'll
idea.
find out. We'll find out. Because I bet Netflix is like, damn, that got 15 million. We can do this again. We can do it on our platform. We'll do all female card. Cool. How many people watch the all WNBA All-Star game? Not fucking many. I love Katie Taylor. She's awesome. She's a badass. And she should be the narrative on this. Not Serrano, because she has the backing of Jake Paul, and obviously he knows what the hell he's doing in media. Shout out to him. But when the narrative needs to change, it's 3-0. Get over it, dude. But where do you go from here? Where do you go? Let me see this.
Yeah, this is just Amanda Serrano talking about I'll just play the damn video.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I don't need
Pleased
you
to
to explain
announce
it.
a $250,000 performance of the night bonus that can be awarded to any fighter or any fight.
But are we able to win that too? I don't believe, honestly, you're giving me the biggest payday of my life, as well as Katie Taylor. I don't think that we deserve as much as these young ladies going out there and fighting and giving their all. I think it should be just for them.
And I'm pleased.
So that's very sweet of her, but I'm sure Katie Taylor's like,
Katie Taylor's like, what the fuck? It's not like we're making fucking Scrooge McDuck money, lady. Yeah, I'm curious how that did on Netflix.
Oh, and then so this has always been a little bit of a mystery. Jake Paul has been rumored to give Ben Askren the money for his.
He didn't. Dana White paid for it.
So, but I heard both. So they both could have helped him.
Dan said he covered it.
Well, the way he said it is more like, I don't want to talk about it, but did we help? Yeah, we helped. So he didn't say exactly how much. It seems like they both helped. I'm sure he has a lot of donations from fans as well. So, but either way, both are cool. Dana's cool for doing it. Jake's cool for doing it. And here's a little update on Ben Askren. He looks a little better.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I want to give an update on how I'm doing. Everything is going pretty well. I got another tube out, only have 1 tube left, and I wanted to make a reflection with where I was less than a month ago, which was Father's Day. So I'll read you this journal entry from our friend Amber. I actually thought my wife wrote it. I was mistaken. So there really hasn't been any big updates on these days. They have been trying to tinker with the tradition and other things, but honestly, constantly changing. Part of the day, you think he's doing great, and the next part is not. It's very up and down. Whenever he wakes up, his oxygen has been dropping. What's happening is that his heart takes the blood and doesn't get to go through the ECMO. Therefore, it can't get oxygen in. They're hopeful to start transplant evaluation this week. So that was like a month ago that they want to start transplant evaluation. Feels like, holy crap, came a long way since then. And I just wanted to give one Mental Mondays message, and that was, I'm going to plead guilty. I felt guilty for myself one time, right? And that doesn't do anyone any good. And I thought, man, I never smoked 1 cigarette, never smoked any weed, never did anything. Why did my lungs get stolen from me? Right? Why is this happening to someone who smokes habitually? Then I realized it happened.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I could be bitter and angry. I could whine, cry. It's not gonna help anybody. I am where I am now, and I'm gonna move forward the best that I can. So, hope you guys are enjoying the updates. I will not feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Boy, if anyone's gonna fucking beat this thing and get back to business, is that guy.
Definitely. And with all the support too, I'm sure it's like super inspiring for him.
Hey, Dana White weighs in on the controversial stoppage that gave Derrick Lewis 35-second KO. Click on that. Like I said, I haven't seen anything. What's Dana say about it? Keeps going down. We kind of figured that fight would go like that. It delivered. It was what we expected. It was what everyone expected. Nobody expected a 5-round fight. Fight can turn with one punch. Whoever lands that big shot, they were both trying to land it, and he got him. Thought the stoppage was a little fast, but it is what it is. God, that's the problem. That's a problem.
There you go, Daniel Cormier. Defends bad stoppage?
Cormier defended Lewis quick KO. That was unbelievable. People saying that was a bad stoppage. Texeira grabbed the cage to pull himself up. Referee needs to take a point. Can't stop the finish to take the point, so you stop the fight. Oh, I disagree.
I know. I don't.
Because they've never stopped the fight and declared a winner off someone grabbing the cage. You can get a point deducted. Now, you could let that play out where he grabs the cage, gets back up, and he's defend himself. He goes, stop, stop, stop. Point deducted. Then you're talking about fucking 10-7 round, but whatever. And then you let the fight continue.
Yeah.
That would have been, if you're complaining about this fence grab, but you can say, oh, they could have stopped the fight over the fence grab. That's not the rules, DC. You know that. Now, I'm glad Derrick Lewis won too, but let's just call it what it is. That was fucking crazy early. Crazy early. Danny goes, it is what it is. Well, no, man. That young contender that just lost in the main event, he gets half his pay, dude. It's not what it is what it is. You're set financially. I know to you it is what it is. To that young Brazilian contender, he's fucked, dude. Now he has to work his way back, and he's at half his pay. It ain't right, but what are you going to do? As Dana just said, it is what it is. That sucks.
I'm surprised he would say that.
DC's done his explanation didn't even make sense. Well, you grabbed the fence. You could have stopped it there. Yeah, you could have. Or you just wait to see how it plays out, and then when there's a slow in the action, you stop and take a point. But no fight's ever been stopped and somebody declared a winner over a fence grab.
Yeah. And plus that dude was like, he was supposed to win. I think he was like a pretty heavy favorite in the very beginning. He's like, because he was undefeated, just gigantic.
Hasn't had a fight go over like 3 minutes. Yeah. He's a monster.
But Derrick Lewis does what Derrick Lewis does. Man.
Yes.
All right. As I was saying, this is actually pretty cool. This is Jorge Masvidal, who had beef with Ben Askren way back. This is him sending a message.
Yeah, all that goes out the window. This is a different fight. Everyone should rally around Ben.
This goes out to the one and only Ben Askren. What's up, my brothers? I know we were rivals in the ring. I just want to say, God bless you. And when I get back in America, if I could come shake your hand, brother, and just share a prayer with you, it'll be amazing, man. I know you're going to pull through this because you're a fucking warrior, brother. God bless. Your story is crazy inspirational, what you're going through right now. God bless you, man. I'm hoping to get back and be able to just shake your hand, bro. I hope all is well, brother.
Yeah, it's tough.
But very sweet and cool of him.
Yeah, love Jorge. And again, another good dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Dana White was on the Nelk Boys podcast, the Full Send one.
Yeah.
I already knew you were going to respond.
It's
this
so
way.
awkward. I don't get me wrong. I get chasing views, and I get it. They're huge in that young demo. Like they're massive. I can't compete with those boys. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in Dana that goes, I should probably sit down with somebody who fucking knows the sport. I should probably sit down where I can, because Dana is a genius when it comes to MMA. Like, I should probably sit down with someone that I can mentally, verbally spar with, go back and forth. When I see these clips and it's such a casual set of questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stuff that irks me as a guy who does what I do. I'll know if someone's a fan if they're talking about some of the young guys, these up and comers, Joshua Van. That dude, his boxing, how do you think you would do against, how do you think you would do against Pantoja? And I'm like, oh, this guy, he's into it. He kind of knows his shit. Let's discuss. When someone comes up to me and goes, dude, Connor, bro, dude, when's he fighting? You're just like, fuck. Or, dude, John, what's going on with him, dude? When's the John fight? You're just like, oh, fuck. And that's what this is. This is like so rudimentary. It's so surface level. I don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Dana for doing I get it, dude. Part of me, it's just not what I do. Like people ask me to go on the podcast. I'm like, oh man, it's just not, I can't inside. I just can't. Like I'm not going to break down when Connor's fighting next for you. Or is Jake Paul going to fight Canelo? I don't want to do it, or when's John fighting or, shit like that. It's just not. So when I see this, I'm just like, oh man, I get it, but it kind of hurts my soul.
Damn, that much.
Yeah, where it's like, as the kids say, it's cringy.
Yeah.
Like, how much, again, if there'd have to be some boundaries, but how much I would pay? I would pay as much as I pay for a pay-per-view to have Luke Thomas and Dana White sit down. We're not going to get all political, and it's not going to be a hate fest in the UFC, but for Luke Thomas's brain to go through and ask the questions that people that are into this sport need answers to, buddy, how much is a pay-per-view? And he puts it on his, his channel for Luke, and he charges for it. I'd pay as much as a pay-per-view to have someone legit who knows the fucking game sit down with Dana and go through these steps with no agenda, and there's no gotcha, just literally be like, go through actual shit we want to know, not the super fight stuff. Hey, dude, Connor at the White House, come on. That's never fucking happening. Dude, John Jones, what's up with that? Huh? How great would it be if he sat down with Luke Thomas, Ariel, the legit journalists? Mendenhall, legit, Pete Carroll, legit fucking journalists. And someone goes, be honest, dude. You got to be like the rest of us. You got to be sick of John Jones shit. Do you actually care if he comes back? Don't give us the promoter, dude. Well, the best of all time. It would be great at the... No. Seriously, take the wall down. How sick of it are you of answering when's Conor coming back? What's the deal with Conor? When's John Jones coming back? In hindsight, did you make a mistake letting him carry the belt this long? Was it fair to Tom? If you could redo it, would you have allowed Conor to fight Floyd and have your hand in it, even though you guys made more money than God? In hindsight, it kind of fucked him over. You know?
Mm-hmm.
In hindsight, was it fucked up having Michael Chandler wait 2 years for Conor? What actually happened there? You know? Just like legit questions we want to hear. Not, is John Jones fighting at the White House? Is Conor McGregor, dude, if he comes back, dude, Conor Topuria, are we going to see that? You're like, well, slam my dick in a door. Well, my fucking 9-year-old can spit these out, dude. He knows his shit on this level. I'm talking actual fucking journalism. Where does it exist? And I know people are like, what, dude, he's getting views. I know. Or insert this influencer getting views talking about John Jones McGregor. I get all that. But there has to be both. And when I see this, and when I see Dana only giving this attention, in my mind, I go, we're fucked. There has to be both. There just has to be. You have to have someone that are actually in the sport, have been around it for fucking 20 years. They eat, sleep, and live this sport. And they're going to ask you questions that a lot of us give a fuck about, man. And it's not smoking mirrors, and it's not selling fucking tickets, but it's actual stuff we care about. Because it's not the NFL, it's not the MLB. You're the guy that makes the calls. And when you're going on these cupcake shows, they're going, dude, bro, is Ronda coming back? You're just like, well, fuck me in the ass. This is what the hard-hitting questions. No one's going to hold his feet to the fire. It would be, and we can have both. Do this, and then go on Ariel. Do this, and then talk to Luke Thomas. Do this, and then talk to Chuck and Pizzi. Do that, man. You can do both. But when you're just playing in candy lane ass, it does the sport such a disservice. And to be completely honest, nobody takes it serious. Nobody, man. Nobody. And then they're like, oh, I wonder why there's all these reaction channels and there's all this gossip and there's so much trolling and there's so much toxicity in MMA. Because we live in a conspiracy fucking sport. Nobody gives us straight shot answers. We're left to our own accord. That's basically what it is. It's this weird thing, man, where even rankings really don't matter. None of it really, it's becoming a gimmick. It's becoming the WWE. Which again, you can live in both worlds, and I get it, it's entertainment. But in order to get the fucking roots of the sport, of actual mixed martial arts, it's mixed martial arts. It's not mixed martial entertainment. You have got to address this side of the fan base who actually give a flying fuck about the sport and pays for your terrible fucking pay-per-views weekend in, weekend out. You have got to address that because you're forgetting them. You're forgetting them. And you're turning them off by going so pro-Trump all the time. Again, pro-Trump guy here. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. I know for a lot of fan base it does. But they would forgive all that if you just answered some direct, actual journalistic questions. Because when it's just this marketing campaign over here, marketing toward the right and doing all this shit, you're forgetting this whole other fan base. You're also forgetting the hardcores that help get you to where you're at. The Luke Thomases, the Chuck Mendendahl, the fucking Pizzi. You're forgetting that those guys carried the torch, went into CBS, went into these networks, ESPN before UFC was there. And they're like, hey man, this sport's really cool and I know it. I'm an expert. And I can speak on it and I'm educated, I'm smart, and I have college degrees. That made the people that were like, this is human cockfighting go, well, these guys are pretty well spoken, can break it down pretty fucking good. Maybe we should give them a shot. Those are the guys boots to the ground back in the day. And now you don't need them and you're forgetting about them. And you're doing these cupcake fucking interviews that for a guy like me, and I'm nowhere near the level of those other guys, but I know my shit. But I'm nowhere near like actual journalists, the Luke Thomases, the Pizzi's, the Ariels, the Brett Okamotos. I'm not them, nor do I tell you that I am. But I know my shit. I competed in it. That's but I don't know as much as them. You're doing them such a disservice, man. And their numbers are down. Because the young kids, if you're new to the sport, you watch the Nelk Boys. This is their intro to the fucking UFC, man. It's not good. It's so short-sighted. The sport is dying in America because of them. Well, we're making more money than ever. It's so short-sighted. Go through the fucking list of talented American fighters. It ain't good. How many are champions? Fucking one, bud. And there's not a lot of promise coming up either. Because the sport's dying in America. Because you're focused on making fucking money in the Middle East and in Russia and in China. And you're forgetting who busted their ass to get you to where you're at. You didn't do it alone, amigo. You did it from these journalists like Luke Thomas, like Ariel, legit journalists who busted their ass and got into fucking major corporations and started shouting from the rooftops, hey, look at us. These are actual talented athletes. This isn't cockfighting. And you're forgetting, you've left all of them in the fucking dust. That ain't right, man. Then you have the Nelk Boys. They can't name 5 fucking UFC fighters. And we get this. And this is where they're breaking news and breaking down fights. This would be like the fucking MLB announcing their draft on Nickelodeon. There's no difference. And that fan base is going, I guess we like it. If the Nelk think Dana's cool, he has to be cool. It's so short-sighted, it's fucking over the sport. And I'm here for it. But you can do both. I understand you want the views, but you cannot forget those guys did not build the sport. Those guys didn't make it their life fucking long quest. As journalists, they could be in any other category. Eric could be in fucking basketball and go far in there. Luke could be in politics. He knows his shit, dude. You're talking legit journalists. They could be in boxing. They can do all these other sports. They chose the UFC. And you're completely forgetting about them. Because why? Because they might ask you a question you don't like, so you ban them from the fucking press conferences? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Are you fucking Putin? Hold on, let me get this straight. The smartest minds in the sport can't go to the fucking events? What the fuck are we doing? Again, but you can have both. Have them at the press conferences and hold your feet to the fire. They're not looking for gotcha moments. They're actually asking well thought out questions that a lot of us who are in the sport want to know. Or you can just continue to do this and the sport will die in America and you keep shoving fucking slap fight down our goddamn throats. You can do that. Or you can be in cruise control and forget about the UFC, which you are, and then go promote Canelo Crawford. You could do that and just fuck us. That's what he's doing. You could do that. Play the shitty fucking clip. I have nothing against the Nelk Boys. My issue is you can do the Nelk Boys, but you can also do actual journalists that are going to hold your feet to the fire. And again, all those guys I mentioned, they're not going to give you gotcha moments. They're not doing that. But they know the sport better than anyone on your staff, any of these YouTubers, any of these influencers. They actually are going to ask you questions that those of us that know the sport, that love it, actually want to know, man, and we don't get. So you get these weird conspiracies. That's what's going on because you're not asking fucking questions. Play the shitty cupcake clip.
Okay. All right. Here's the little clip.
Fuck, what? Another massive fight would be Ilya versus Islam, too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Salim is obsessed with that fight.
Oh, really?
He's obsessed with it. And I tell him, I'm like,
Pause
they
it.
both got to win more fights in their division.
Really? What other fight is he obsessed with? Give me one other one in the division. Give me one other one. Go ahead. I dare you. Go ahead, play it. Fucking play it.
First, right? That's kind of how you do it, right? When it's like they both run through their division, and then it's like you're in the position where it's like, I got to make this. That's what happened with Volk Islam, right?
Well, the other thing is, too, is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilya. So
could that be,
I
if
don't
Islam
know.
gets one victory, could that potentially happen?
You have to see, it's one thing to sit around. This is what the media always tries to do, sit around and talk about these fights before they happen, or, hypothetically speaking.
We have to!
These are options that we have if things play out that way, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. You do. So obviously, if create content, we have to come up with conspiracies and what we think is going to happen because nobody's answering this. What the fuck else are we going to do? It's not like the NFL, NBA, where it's pretty cut and dry and you have legit journalists. We have no fucking clue. And then heaven forbid a fighter tells a journalist who's next before they announce it, then they're fucked. That's the world we live in, dude. All I'm saying is go on legit shows where the guys actually watch the fucking sport and aren't getting paid and don't have a business with you and there's no self-interest. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That would really make my day. It's never happening though. And mixed martial arts in America is fucking going down like the Titanic. Last break, kids, and I'll get back to my weird rant about the state of the UFC because this episode of the Schaub Show is brought to you by Sure Shot. It's the summer. It's all good to be on the lake, be on the river, have a drink with your friends. You're like, man, I just don't want the hangover. I need to sober up, man. I got kids later today. Whatever it is, let me introduce you to Sure Shot, the world's first alcohol detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content in as little as 30 freaking minutes. Sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration. This is your go-to. If you're going to have some drinks, regardless how many, if you're going to overdo it or you're just going to have a few, you need to stay zoned in. You need recovery. This is where Sure Shot got your back. Go to SureShot.com, use promo code Brendan, and get 10% off, or go to your local Bevmo, TikTok shop, Amazon. They're all over. Get a 4-pack for you and the homies. It's SureShot.com, promo code Brendan. Let's get back to the program.
Do you know if there's any issues with Luke and the UFC, Dana White?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because it seems like, so Ariel for sure has beef with Dana White, where they've had beef.
And if you know that beef, it's so outlandish. It's so immature, but keep going. On the UFC's part.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of the actual journalists that you're talking about, like the ones that the podcast I listen to. The only ones I think, freaking John Anik's not a journalist and he's part of the UFC, but
how dare you? John Anik is the fucking commentator.
I don't know.
Love John.
I know.
He's getting his salaries paid off Dana White.
I don't know.
He ain't the guy to ask the questions. No. That's not journalism. That's home team.
Ben Folks, Chad Dundas. I think they also have some sort of thing with the UFC.
It seems like, Brett Okamoto works for ESPN.
So
he ain't the guy. I love Brett. He ain't the guy.
Yeah.
It's Chuck Mendenhall. It's Pizza Carroll.
It seems like
it's Ariel. Yeah. It's Luke. You think in the NFL, NBA, they all get along? No. That's what's great. You can't just have it like a fucking White House corresponding meeting where we're all on the same team and they're just throwing up these Cape Cut fucking questions. That gets us nowhere.
Yeah. All righty, dude. You want to just leave it at that? Because that was pretty powerful.
Sure.
All right.
Did you have any other really good ones or no?
I mean, they're just, silly
just
ones.
Bullshit.
You want to see what
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. So just the fights this weekend, and I think we're good.
Sorry, I went on that rant.
It's a good rant.
UFC 318 this freaking weekend. I will be doing a breakdown with Jesse on Fire, doing a deep dive on all things in the fight world, man. It's called War Report. It'll drop later this week. But yeah, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, UFC 318 going down in the home state of Dustin Poirier, DP. Let's do it, man. Love both these guys. Just want a good fight. I think it will be a great fight. If you like badass trucks, your boy's giving one away. It is Drive Fast All Gas. We got new merch on there. We got the Kings collab, Kiwi Tech collab, new shirts. We got Methylene Blue. We got everything on there. The winner will be selected at the end of August. So we got a month and a half left. Yeah, man. Anything you buy on the site, Diesel Dad, wear, the greens, the stickers, whatever you buy, automatically enters you to win this badass last call edition TRX with over $50,000 in mods. I'm staring at it right now. This thing is so filthy. You win that and $10,000 cash. So go on over to drivefastallgas.com. Win the ultimate dad rig. It's almost over, kids. So jump on in. All right. That's it. Love you. Thanks for watching, subscribing. Sorry I yelled at you guys. Love you. I'm out. What's up, guys? I'm giving away the ultimate Ram TRX with over $50,000 in upgrade. This is one of one. You won't find another TRX on the road, or a truck for that matter, like this truck that I've built. It has over $50,000 in upgrades, and this truck could easily be yours. All you gotta do is go to drivefastallgas.com, pick up some merch, you're automatically entered to win. It's that easy. Good luck.